Cancel.
Schweezy.
All right, folks, it's time for me to solve your problems, all your relationship problems. I'm here for you, and I'm here to figure that shit out for you / with you, but mostly for you, because I am God.
Pretty bold of you little fucks to assume that I'm not God.
So let's get into it, folks, right now. First one we have here. My girlfriend wants me to cry more. My girlfriend wants me to cry more, specifically around her. I should clarify that she didn't mean she wants to see me hurt more. Just that she'd like me to be less reserved on crying, I guess. I myself don't enjoy crying, even by myself. I try to stop it and only cry if I lose control of it. But yeah, if I can help it. But my girlfriend wanting to, and I'm wondering if I should even if I don't like it. What's your advice? Okay. So typically in a situation like that, like girls like men should be able to cry more. I'm like, I'm single, and if I started crying in front of women, I would not get any pussy, and it's all about getting pussy. So I mean, in a situation like that, no, just honestly though, let's be real humans for a second. So realistically, let's just talk here for a second. This is you in a relationship type situation. Only cry when you cry. Only cry when you want to, or when you are. You don't want to cry. If you don't want to cry, don't cry. If you want to cry, when the moment happens, cry. But don't let your girlfriend wanting you to cry. I think she's just wanting you to be a little more open, I guess, on that. And you shouldn't have to do shit you don't want to do. Because no one should have to do shit they don't want to do, unless sometimes you have to. But that's another situation that you can figure out. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I can really say in regards to that. I don't know why, and the girlfriend, the crying. I wish we would just shut the fuck up about that. Men should be able to cry. I'm like, if I cried in front of you right now, your pussy would get so dry. How dry is it? It's so dry that it's white person Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, so, yeah, only cry if you want to, but I know you don't like crying. A lot of people don't like crying, but if you want to get a good cry on, get a good cry on. Just be you. Just do you. Don't let anyone control how you fucking live your life, my friend, okay? That's all I'm going to have to say for you. I heard from a mutual friend that my boyfriend is planning to propose, but I've been hiding a lot of my college life from him. I and my boyfriend knew each other since childhood. We were next door neighbors, and I can even say that we're best friends in the last few years of high school as well, but we moved out during my freshman year after my father passed away. We reconnected again after I got a job in my hometown after I had made a drastic change in my life 3.5 years ago and have been dating for the last 2.5 years. My father's passing affected everyone in the family, but I kind of went off the rail for nearly 5 years, drug use, and a very promiscuous lifestyle. Thankfully, after I graduated from my college, I was able to get clean again and had a year-long break from dating and one-night stands, which allowed me to rediscover myself. I started working as a nurse in my hometown and reconnected with some of my old friends who stayed there, as well as my high school best friend and my current boyfriend. My boyfriend knows from social media that I had a bit of a party life, but doesn't know the extent of it, and I always try to avoid talking about my college years. I want to say that I wanted to avoid our mutual attraction at first, knowing him and his preference, but I was too weak to resist it. These last 2.5 years have been the happiest I've ever been after my father's passing, but now for the last week I've been struggling with this issue. I love my boyfriend I love my boyfriend, and I want him to propose to someone he knows and he accepts fully rather than someone who hides her past from him, and I also dread his reaction and possible rejection. After I made that drastic change in my life, I envisioned that I'd be able to completely ignore and bury that part of my life and create a new life for myself, but the love and respect I have for him prevents me to be happy while holding my past from my boyfriend. The only person I can find about this issue was my mother, and she told me that if I was 100% sure that I'd never return to that lifestyle, it would be selfish and stupid of me to talk to him about the past me and ruin our happiness. While I think it would be selfish of me to hide things from him, knowing the past I want to hide could come out sometimes in the future and ruin our lives. So we obviously know that you were a party animal back in your college days, and this is past your past life. So the fact that you're not doing any more, or you weren't doing it when you got with him and shit like that, is one thing. How often you got dicked down by random men? You probably shouldn't bring that up. That's just it's one of those things. Unless you want to talk about it, you've been dicked down a lot. He's dicked down a lot of girls a lot. It's just, you should know that. And if it makes you uncomfortable thinking about that, don't bring it up, because that's not a problem. Unless there's like an STD or any sexual thing involved, weird random ass thing, like maybe you were raped or shit like that. That could come up because things could be weird. First of all, the STD, making sure that shit like that, making sure you're both clean so you can raw dog all the time. Don't molesting or getting raped, shit like that. It's just other things you should, that's gonna mess with your psyche, and that could mess with things in the relationship. Just something like that, So anyway, in regards to any getting dick down, he probably doesn't need to know a lot about that. Drugs, you could tell him. I don't know why that would be an issue. He's like, yeah, I used to be an addict, but then before I moved here, I changed my life. I don't know how he wouldn't be involved in that. I don't know. I tell people about fucking, drinking all the time. I haven't actually drank. I want to see how many days it's been when this podcast comes out. I'm also not. Okay, first of all, June 23rd, I'm going to a friend's wedding. So 23rd to the 29th, I'm going to be hammered. So I'm going on a binge, folks. So don't at me. I have not drank anything since April 25th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be 6 weeks when this episode comes out. I have not drank anything. So, So, for me with addiction, I'm just trying to, be under control with it. Realize that, alcohol is not a all the time, every night thing. It's a, like a weekend or fun time thing that you do every couple, a little bit, not a lot. And realizing that, so if you had an addiction problem, you should know about that. I don't know why you would try to hide that from it. Don't hide if you're a former addict, don't hide that, because one, he could be enabling you to doing other random shit. He could accidentally enable you and shit like that. That way he's mindful, don't bring that up and shit like that. And also, I know with addiction that it's very easy to relapse. I kind of get annoyed with the AA or Narcotics Anonymous, shit like that. You slip up one night and shoot up or whatever, drink up or whatever. And then people are like, oh, it ruined my streak. And we make the streak an idol type thing. It's look, it's, if you get high or whatever one night, and then the next day you're like, I'm not doing that again, and you continue to discipline yourself and not do that again. I don't think that's not necessarily a bad thing. You want to stay sober all the time, but you're going to slip up. And as long as you discipline yourself and get back on the horse or whatever the proper term is, it's fine. I can't imagine, when you're an addict, it's not like your addiction goes away. It's just there and you just don't partake in it. That's just all an addiction is. So I don't know why you should be ashamed of that. You're not dipping your toes back into the cocaine. Why am I... It literally only itches when I do this. I think this is the only time of the week I talk a lot. And yeah. So, yeah, let him know that. I don't think that, but the dicking down part, don't let him know about that. Getting dick down in Dallas. I like that song. Dick Down in Dallas. That's a fun song. Let's move on to the next one. How to stop being a crazy girlfriend. I've dated some of those. My ex-fiance cheated on me back then I was absolutely oblivious to the fact that he is talking to and seeing other women while proposing to me and claiming to love me. I found out the hard way. He didn't tell me a thing. Needless to say, I developed some very, very deep trust issues. I am so incredibly sorry for my poor now boyfriend. He is amazing and I love him dearly. However, I am constantly paranoid. He's gone all week, Monday through Friday, because of work. When he doesn't answer my calls or texts right away, I get worried he's doing something bad. Also, I get get very suspicious when he's chatting on his phone or gets phone calls from unsaved numbers because he likes his privacy, and I should respect that. Unfortunately, I can't. Some of my worries are irrational. Some of them are plausible. I mean, I have been cheated on before, so there's a good chance that other men might do that sociopathic shit as well, right? I talked to him about my problem already. He's doing his best to be understanding, but I feel so bad for always accusing him of cheating when in reality he's not doing anything. At least I hope, LOL. What can I do to get better? How do I stop being crazy? Trust again. I just completely lost hope in humanity after my terrible relationship experience. I'm doing my best to be a good girlfriend, and besides my major trust issue problems, I'm doing all right, I think. I thought about therapy, but that would be my last resort because it's really damn expensive to go to therapy in my country. Sounds like you're in the United States of America. Here's the thing with that. I mean, obviously therapy is a good idea because it looks like you're kind of just burned from someone doing a shitty thing to you. The thing is, your current boyfriend did not do that shitty thing to you. Someone else did. But what I would do, I mean, obviously you talk to him, it's like, look, my ex-fiance cheated on me, so I'm kind of a little burned from that issue, so this idea of cheating and kind of paranoids me. So it's okay to have that problem, but you have to realize your current boyfriend did not cheat on you. Hopefully I'm saying that as he has not. So that's one thing to do. So you have to assume, I always say, you have to assume the best of people until they give you a reason to not trust them or give you reasons to think otherwise. So he hasn't cheated on you as far as you know, and hopefully he hasn't. I'm hoping that for you with that. So that being said, what the hell? My nose. So basically all you have to say is he's not giving me any reason to show that he is cheating on me. It's just me being paranoid. So I think having that feeling in your head that he might is okay, but just don't act on it. Like, just know that he's not cheating on you unless he gives you a reason to think he is. That's when you act on it. But it doesn't sound like he is. And so just, think about it. You're like, is he cheating on me? And you're like, wait, he's not cheating on me. There's no reason for him to be otherwise. So, no, he's not cheating on me. So you have that thought in your head, and it's kind of like my thought when someone tells you you're not worth it. You have to develop another voice inside your head that tells that voice to shut the fuck up. You may need to develop a voice in your head to tell that voice to shut the fuck up, because it doesn't sound like he has done any of that shit. But whoever has my voodoo doll and is making my nose itch is gonna get stabbed. Itch it, itch. Okay. Next thing we got here, girl I went on a few dates with a couple months ago who said she had someone else she wanted to see has hit me up again. Am I pathetic for wanting to go out with her again? She and I went on 4 dates, and I personally had a great time, but after the 4th, she texted me and told me she had been seeing someone else and wanted to pursue that. That, of course, made me feel pretty ugly and gross and boring and all around inadequate. Well, now she wants to talk again, and I'm so lonely that I responded. I don't know the story of what's been going on with her, but I am definitely lonely enough to entertain the idea. Does this make me pathetic? I know for a fact I'm her backup and her bounce back. She'd still be with that other person that shows her over me if it panned out again. I don't know what happened with that, but I feel like I have no self-respect for responding. I mean, okay, so first of all, buddy, if she's treating you like the second option, she's treating you like the second option regardless of if it worked out or not. You're still the second option in her mind, and someone who treats you like that is full of shit. So one thing I really think you could do, this is the right thing you should do. You should tell her to fuck off. Be gone, fuck! But, however, you're talking to me, so I'm going to give you another idea. Now, you said you're lonely. You have to realize going into this that she is not a relationship type. She is treating you like a second option, which is not how a relationship should work. You should not be treating people like second options. We treat people like internet deals these days. It's like, oh, well, I might have a better option there, so I'm going to cancel our date at the last minute because I have a better thing to do. So we treat people like that. So, yeah. That's it. I think though, actually, this is a good idea. So say you make plans with someone, you're going to meet somewhere, and, like, someone does cancel at the very last minute. Obviously, see it and don't go to the place or shit like that. But pretend like you never got the message, and then that will treat them badly. It's like, this is why you don't cancel at the last minute. Shit like that. So, yeah, man, best thing you can do, I would say, I mean, if you want to just not feel lonely for a while, hang out with her, but don't get in a relationship with her. She's not a good person. She is a pretty shitty person. So, get some sex and then tell her, "Be gone, fuck!" So that's what I'll tell you there. This next one's pretty rough.
That's rough, buddy.
My partner called my child annoying. So a bit of context, I met my partner 3 years ago, and we always had a pretty good relationship. We fight from time to time, but it's relatively healthy conflict, I think. Both of us had daughters from previous relationships when we got together and have always been relatively close to each other's children. I'm teaching my stepdaughter how to cook, for example, and my partner and daughter spend a lot of time together. Recently, my daughter's been going through a bit of a difficult stage, having been diagnosed with autism and type 1 diabetes in quite quick succession. Kansas mouth. I was getting ready for bed last night and bemoaning how hard a time my daughter was having. I'd had to help her through a diabetic issue and lead to an autistic meltdown, and how it couldn't be happening to a nicer child. My partner reached over and started consoling me, but she also said, she is quite annoying though. I asked her what she meant, and she immediately tried to play it off, saying it was nothing, and then got incredibly defensive when I tried to push the issue, so I dropped it. I'm just very sad and confused. I thought we were doing quite well as a family unit, and then this happened. I thought it's not too nasty a comment, but I also know she would have hit the roof if I had said something about that with her stepdaughter, so I'm a little sad, a little annoyed, and a little confused. She is going through a bit of a rough time with the pandemic, but none of that is my daughter's fault. I'm obviously not going to walk out on her over this, but should I tell her she hurt my feelings? Yeah, you probably should tell her you hurt your feelings. See, I go for the theory of, and this is the thing with any man dating. If the person you're dating has a child, they're part of the package. That's how it is. It's not like, maybe we'll get rid of the child. No, the child is part of the package. And if you date her, if you're dating this woman, this big-titted animal, the child comes with you. And so if you don't like the child, don't be in the relationship. That's my worry. And most people is like, I want a kid. You know, kids are weird. I don't want to be with someone who I don't like the kid. If you don't like the kid, don't be in the relationship. That's just final. With the comment, you could say your child, well, it was kind of annoying. It was kind of annoying, but you can't say the child is annoying, unless you kind of mean it in a loving way. So there's a way, I mean, you might have to talk through it with the comment, but I'm going to make a guess that they did not mean it as in, I hate your goddamn fucking child. I think it means, the child kind of annoying, and it's kind of annoying, or something like that. I think it was just probably not communicated correctly. And yeah, that's all I can really say. It's the best thing I can say. I think they're just probably figuring that shit out. It looks like we're almost done here. This one's kind of interesting. I'm kind of interested in this. My boyfriend got a login text from Plenty of Fish. He said it wasn't him. Thoughts? My boyfriend and I have been together for 3.5 years. We are pretty invested in one another. The thing is, about 2 months ago, I came home from a trip to find him high on meth. Turns out he kept a previous addiction from me in fear of me not wanting to date him. It's been a tough 2 months with him relapsing, so I've been searching his text recently and found one from Plenty of Fish. He says it wasn't him and that he must have been hacked. Before this, I never would have thought he would cheat and trust was an issue, but now I have no idea. I have never done the online dating thing, so I have no idea. Thoughts? Okay. So, the only way to really get an answer to this would be to click on the link. Now, from time to time, I've gotten text messages that are clearly like, click on this and we'll put a virus and spyware on your computer so we can take all your information. That has happened before, but that being said, though, with the Plenty of Fish, so there's an idea that, like, click on the, what is it? So I'm searching his text, we found a Plenty of Fish, like, kind of depends on what it says. You kind of have to think, does this look like spam or does this look like a legit? Now, I think I have a Plenty of Fish account, and I've never received a text from them. from what it looks like. I've never seen a text, so it sounds like this could be. It sounds like it could be that. Do you have any fear of him cheating before? Like, he's lied about him relapsing, which a lot of times that's just like, I don't want you to find out I'm relapsing, but that doesn't correlate with cheating, perhaps. I guess you could try to figure out if he has it on his phone or not. How long have you 3.5 years? So I guess you could try to look up download history of the app or try to look up history on the computer or something like that. That'd be the only thing. To me, though, it kind of just sounds like someone's trying to get spyware or whatever on your computer, steal credit card information and shit like that. That's what it looks like to me. This does sound a little fishy. Get it? Plenty of fish. So, yeah, I'm going to say this is spam on my end. However, I don't get to see the text. I'm just going from my end, and I've received stuff like that. I'm like, I probably shouldn't click that. So, that's it. Looks like this is our last one, and by golly. This one's a little bit long, but I'm excited to get to it. Girlfriend is always hot and cold. We dated for a year and lived together, and she used always think. I think she meant to used to always think that I was texting other women behind her back, which I wasn't. And one day she caught me on the phone with a female friend from work, completely platonic, and exploded in a rage, dumped me, blocked my number, and didn't talk to me for a month. During this first year, she talks to her male co-workers, went out a day trip with one of them and his daughter, and even snuck around and met up with her ex. Completely hypocritical. We say we love each other and we do fun things together, but it's never enough. We are basically best friends, and I do anything for her, but she has the crazy expectations of me, and it's basically like she can dump me at any time. One day it's, OMG, I love you so much, baby, you mean the world to me. The next day she doesn't want to talk to me because she's not in a good mood, doesn't trust me, and isn't happy. Breaks up with me again. Fast forward to this year, I'm making over 6 figures now, and she used to complain how I was never doing enough for myself, while the whole time I was trying to find ways to build a career right in front of her face, but she never seemed to care. Now that I'm doing better, I take her out on dates, go to fun places, paying for things, try to see her more, just put in more effort in general. Now her problem is, don't let making more money turn you ugly. We're both good looking people, so I'm not insecure she's gonna leave me for some hunk, but it seems like it's always what I'm doing wrong and she's using it to control me, never on what I do right. I've become an alcoholic over the last 2 years. I drink a pint or more of vodka at home after work at night. We don't live together, but she hates this and wants me to stop. She's not wrong because, yeah, it's a problem. She goes out with her friends every week and socially drinks like it's no big deal because she doesn't have a problem, and it's so unattractive that I do. So I took it upon myself to do medical detox and outpatient rehab to get clean from the booze. After telling her this, she calls me saying she loves me so much and she's so happy that me, so proud of me of the decision. Since the last week I did this, I'm lucky to get one text from her. She leaves me on read and doesn't try to check in on me or have a conversation with me. Now that I'm finally doing the thing she's been wanting me to do, she ghosts me and posts pictures of her out hanging with her friends by the pool and shit, acting like I don't exist. What the fuck? What kind of behavior is this? It's like one day she cares and one day she could give a fuck less if I died in a car crash. Buddy, break up with this bitch.
Be gone, fuck!
She is not worth you, buddy. You're making 6 figures a year. I'll tell you this right now. I would say to get, if you're a good-looking woman, you can get any guy you want. That's just who you are. Just really good-looking, get any guy you want. For men, you don't have to be. You could be really good-looking and it doesn't matter as much. If you're making a lot of money as a man, you can get any woman you want. That is true. Except for that one you see in the Hallmark movies. Those are different, apparently. But in real life, nope, she's going to stay with the rich guy. So if you're making 6 figures a year, you do not need her. You can have any other woman you want, and you should break up with her now and get her out of your life because you don't deserve her. So break up with her. Break up with her. Yeah. Break up.
Be gone, fuck!
She does not deserve you, and you're making 6 figures a year. You don't need her. You can get anyone you want. It doesn't matter. That's all I have to say. And it doesn't sound like she is mentally good for you either. She's not good for anyone. She has to realize how stupid she is before she's going to be able to be happy in life. Doesn't sound like she's doing it. You're too good for her. And I just want to say that if she says she can't live without you, just tell her then die, because that's how it is.
Be gone, fuck!
So I think that's all I have to say. You're making 6 figures a year. You don't deserve her. So, yeah. That's the way when you want it the most. There's no easy way out when you're ready to go and your heart's left in doubt. Don't give up on yourself. Love comes to those who believe it, and that's the way it is. There, Schwokelord, you just finished a full clip from the show. I hope you liked it, and I hope your brain cells don't hurt. If you want to check out more, we got more links here. We got full episodes, more clips, and the best of everything. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe, and like this video if you enjoyed it.